All right, so we're deep diving into Regina and Adrian's Bali vlog today.
Yeah. Their latest one.
But we're not going to, like, rehash the whole thing.
We're
You've
not.
already seen it. But we're going deeper.
We want to see what it tells us about Bali on a budget.
Right.
Beyond, like, the typical touristy stuff.
Exactly.
I mean, right off the bat, what's fascinating is they're doing this whole trip on a budget.
Yeah, and that...
You don't see a lot.
You don't see that often with these travel vloggers.
Right.
And even just, like, from the first morning, a couple things jumped out at me.
Sure.
Regina wakes up in their, like, glamping spot.
Uh-huh.
Totally loves the view.
Of course.
But also mentions freezing overnight because her pajamas were too thin.
Oh, no.
And I thought...
That's so relatable.
It's so relatable.
Like anyone who's ever underestimated mountain weather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
But what I found interesting was that contrast.
Yeah.
Between the scenery and that little discomfort. Almost like she's saying, hey, budget travel isn't always glamorous.
Right.
You know?
And then there's Adrian patiently waiting while she gets ready.
Oh, yeah.
Which, let's be honest, we see that in a lot of travel vlogs.
It's the classic.
It's a classic travel vlog trope. It makes you wonder, is that just personality, or does it say something about, like, how labor gets divided even on vacation?
You know what?
We could unpack that later.
We should unpack that later.
Okay, so after breakfast, they head off to the Banyu Wana waterfall.
Yes.
This is where the budget-friendly thing really hits home.
Right.
The entrance fee is super cheap.
Yeah.
But to get there, you're looking at like a 30 to 40-minute hike.
Oh, wow.
And Regina even complains about it a little bit.
She does.
It's like on camera.
Yeah, and that honesty is refreshing.
Yeah.
A lot of travel content would just show that stunning waterfall.
Like the end result.
And not the sweaty, maybe regretting it trek beforehand.
Right, exactly.
And she does mention you can take a motorbike taxi.
Yeah, you can.
But they choose to walk.
Right.
And this is like...
It's a theme.
It's a recurring theme throughout the whole trip.
Okay.
So do you think it's just about saving money? Or is there like a deeper philosophy at play?
I think it's a bit of both, you know?
Yeah.
They're clearly conscious of their spending.
Yeah.
But there's also a sense that they want to, like, experience the place more slowly, more intimately.
Yeah, I got that sense too.
Yeah.
Okay, day 2 takes them to the Bedugul Botanic Garden.
All right.
And the first thing I noticed, they parked for like 1,000 rupiah.
Oh, wow.
That's basically nothing.
Right.
And it just reinforces that this is a place where you can really stretch your budget.
Yeah, it's really affordable.
Right. And even the entrance fee to the garden is super reasonable.
Especially compared to
other places.
Yeah, some of the more like touristy attractions.
In Bali.
Right.
And what's cool is it's bustling with all these school kids.
Yes.
On a field trip.
Like a school field trip.
Yeah.
And it just adds this really cool layer of like glow.
You're seeing. Yeah, like a slice of daily life there.
Regina's determined to find this large statue.
Okay.
They're navigating with a map.
Uh-huh.
But they're still getting lost.
They get lost.
A little bit.
That's so relatable, though.
It is.
Even with a map.
Yeah.
These massive gardens.
Especially these huge gardens.
Can be tricky.
Yeah.
And it's a good reminder
that
even experienced travelers don't always have it all figured out.
Right.
You know?
Totally.
They mention a quick encounter with a friendly dog.
Yes.
You know, the kind that just makes you smile?
Yeah.
These like little
moments.
Unexpected moments.
Unexpected moments.
That make the trip.
And
then they stumble upon this spot.
Yeah.
With this historical significance.
They actually take the time to read about it.
I love that they could have easily just glossed over it.
Totally.
But instead they slow down.
Yeah.
Engage with the history.
Yeah.
And it adds this whole other layer.
It adds depth to their experience.
And to the viewer's experience.
Exactly.
Right.
Regina even reads some of the garden's history out loud.
Oh, really?
It's almost like she's sharing it directly with the viewer.
I love that personal touch.
Yeah.
It makes their content feel so genuine.
It does.
It does. And it also speaks to that educational aspect of their approach.
They're not just showing you pretty places. They're encouraging you to, like, learn about them, too.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, so after all that walking, understandably, they're hungry.
They must be starving.
They head to this modern-looking cafe with 2 floors.
Okay.
Regina even squeezes in a mirror selfie.
Of course.
On the way to the bathroom.
Gotta get that mirror selfie.
You gotta get that mirror selfie.
It's important.
And it's just these, like,
Yeah, it's those little moments.
Little moments of realness that I just love.
It humanizes them.
Yeah.
It makes them...
They're not just these flawless travel figures.
They're just a couple.
A regular couple.
Enjoying their trip, taking goofy selfies like the rest of us.
Exactly.
They settle in on the second floor.
Okay.
Amazing views. And they order.
What do they get?
You guessed it, nasi goreng.
Nasi goreng.
Again,
sick.
Smart budget move.
It is.
I mean, nasi goreng is...
It's delicious.
It's delicious.
It's classic Balinese.
It's so affordable.
Yeah.
So, are they just being practical, or is there something more to this repeated food choice?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Is there something deeper here?
This is where it gets interesting.
Okay.
By consistently choosing local food.
Yeah.
They're not just saving money.
Okay.
They're immersing themselves in the culture.
Yeah.
And it's something that
anyone can do.
Yeah, travelers can easily replicate, even on a tight budget. Exactly.
It's really inspiring.
It is. And it's not even just the nasi goreng.
Right.
Remember that mango juice Regina raved about?
Oh, yeah, that looked delicious.
It did.
She was like obsessed.
Yeah, another subtle way.
Yeah.
They're experiencing Bali through its flavors.
Exactly. It's like they're saying you don't need fancy restaurants to have an amazing meal.
Right.
But speaking of amazing Bali, their next stop is this scenic lake and temple.
Ooh, very nice.
The drive there sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Stunning views, no traffic. Regina uses the word peaceful.
It seems to be a recurring theme for them.
Yeah.
Like, even though they're exploring these busy spots, they find these pockets of calm amidst the chaos.
Totally.
That's a skill in itself.
It is.
Wouldn't you say?
Totally. And again, the entrance fee to the lake, super affordable.
Makes you wonder if we as travelers are sometimes too quick to assume.
Ooh.
Certain destinations are just out of reach financially.
Yeah.
Regina and Adrian are challenging that assumption. Yeah, they're showing you how to do it.
Yeah.
Regina mentions applying sunscreen and talking about her skin.
Okay.
It's like a random detail, but it makes her feel more relatable.
It does.
Yep. You know?
Yeah, like we're just getting a glimpse into her everyday travel routine.
Exactly. It's not all glam.
Right. It's real.
It's real.
And it speaks to that practical side of travel.
Yeah.
Know? Especially in tropical climates.
Totally.
Sun protection is essential.
So important.
And it's something that often gets overlooked in those like picture-perfect travel shots.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, so she's enjoying the beautiful lake view.
Yeah.
And then she finds trash.
Oh.
And her reaction is so genuine.
Yeah.
So disappointed.
It's a gut punch.
It is.
Even just watching the vlog, it's a stark reminder that even in paradise, responsible tourism is crucial.
Yes, preach.
And for budget travelers, it raises an interesting question.
Okay.
Can you really have a leave no trace impact when you're so focused on affordability?
It makes you think like maybe those motorbike taxis wouldn't be so bad if they help reduce foot traffic and erosion and stuff.
It's a whole debate worth having.
Yeah, for sure.
But back to the vlog.
Yeah.
They head back to their hotel.
Okay.
Which, again.
Super reasonable.
Super reasonable.
Or decent-sized room with a balcony.
Yeah, they're really finding that sweet spot of comfort.
They are.
Without overspending.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
For me, what stands out is how Regina and Adrian are redefining what a Bali vacation can be.
Okay, I like that.
It's not all luxury villas and beach clubs.
Right.
It's these affordable, nature-focused experiences that feel so accessible.
I agree.
So if someone was inspired by their vlog and wanted to plan their own budget-friendly trip to Bedugul, what advice would you give them?
First, ditch the fancy hotels.
Okay.
Look for unique accommodations.
Like Regina and Adrian.
Like Regina and Adrian found.
Yeah.
It adds to the adventure, and it frees up your budget for experiences.
Yeah.
Second, embrace the local food scene.
Yes.
It's delicious.
Yes.
It's affordable. And it's a fantastic way to connect with the culture. And third, be prepared to walk.
Be prepared to walk.
Not only does it save money, but it allows you to experience the destination at a slower pace.
I'd love that.
You know, and you start to notice things that you might miss otherwise.
Totally, like a friendly dog.
Exactly.
Or a historical landmark.
Right. Or, you know, even like a little hidden cafe that you wouldn't have seen.
That you would have just driven past.
Exactly.
But remember, responsible travel is key.
Always.
Regardless of your budget.
Yes.
Do your research. Choose eco-friendly options whenever possible. And just be mindful of your impact on the environment and the local community.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's more than just like where they go.
Right.
It's how they go.
It's their approach.
Yeah, their whole philosophy.
They're really showing us that budget travel can be more than just hostels and ramen noodles.
Exactly.
Like, you can still have an incredible experience.
You can.
Without breaking the bank.
Without sacrificing quality.
Right. And this brings us to, like, a really interesting point.
Okay.
About travel vlogs in general.
Okay.
Do you think this kind of budget conscious but still awesome content is becoming more popular?
I think it's definitely tapping into a growing trend.
Okay.
Travelers are looking for experiences that are meaningful.
Yeah.
But also affordable, especially with,
everything getting more expensive.
Exactly.
Regina and Adrian are almost like guides showing viewers how to make the most of a destination without sacrificing comfort or quality.
And their success suggests that viewers are craving that guidance.
But it's not just about pretty pictures anymore.
It's not just the aesthetics.
It's about practical advice.
Right.
Relatable experiences and responsible travel tips.
Exactly.
So if you were to take inspiration from their Bedugul adventure and plan your own trip, what would be at the top of your list?
For me, it would have to be that hike to the Banyu Wana waterfall.
The waterfall,
That challenge, that payoff,
that view.
the chance to really immerse yourself in nature. I mean, that's what travel's all about.
That's the dream.
Right.
I'm with you on that, but I would also have to make time to just wander through that Bedugul Botanic Garden.
Oh, yeah.
Getting lost, stumbling upon those hidden spots.
Maybe even making friends with a local dog.
Yes, exactly. Sounds idyllic.
Now, let's not forget the food.
Of course not.
I'd be all over that nasi goreng and that fresh mango juice.
The best.
So to our listeners, if Regina and Adrian's Bedugul deep dive has sparked your wanderlust,
remember this.
Okay.
Adventure doesn't have to be expensive.
Right.
It's about finding those hidden gems, connecting with the local culture, and embracing the unexpected.
And most importantly,
Yes.
travel responsibly.
Yes, preach.
Respect the environment.
Support local businesses.
Leave a positive impact on the places you visit.
Beautifully said. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It was my pleasure.
We hope it's inspired you to seek out your own affordable adventures.
Yeah.
Whether it's in Bali or your own backyard.
Exactly.
Until next time, happy travels.
Happy travels.